why it's so hard to accept the changing course. That I've still been trying to mold myself to whatever the fuck people are supposed to mold themselves to. A tangible goal.
Oops. Okay, this is what I've been up to this month. What's February been? Oh, there was a full moon. I definitely did something on the full moon. I probably burned stuff. I feel like I did some stuff. I don't recall. Oh yeah, I went to a training. And then I'm pretty sure I ran into my neighbor there. Yeah, that's totally what happened. Right? Oh yeah, I had to email my puppet bio at the beginning of the month. And then I had a puppet show. And I do have pictures of that. I had a puppet show. And then I was vending at a queer kink rave. It was like a kink show, but it was like, there was like drag and other performances. Honestly, I was going through a lot the first week of February because an aggravating spirit wanted to show up. Bored. And so I was like having to finish my puppet, like to drop off and stuff, because it was like a group exhibition and it needed to be there by a certain time, while also like not mentally doing the best for a little bit. I'm bored. And I'm pretty sure I was like low on weed. Like, that sucks. I do remember people giving me weed, and that's what community is for. Rolling blunts till the day ends.
Wow, what a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. All right, everyone ready? And rolling until the day ends.
But yeah, that day I had pre-gamed, which actually I posted a video of me doing my makeup that day. And then I used my top. My top was made out of scraps from Cosmic Joe's fur, because I wanted to represent him, and I did that. And then there was a puppet party the weekend after. And I wore that scrap again, but as like a bottom. Like, it was a thing on my skirt, which I don't remember if I took pictures of that outfit. It was very cute though.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the first week of February, after the puppet show and stuff, then there was this screening of a Black Panther party, like documentary thing, and then a birthday, because also the King show was also part of another it was like part of his like birthday shows that weekend. I met so many. I keep meeting so many Aquariuses, but also I'm like, there are so many Aquariuses, and I realized during Aquarius season how many are around. But also I love them. I love y'all. I just can't help it. I don't know, y'all just get me. We just click. I love Aquariuses. I love Aquarii. And then at the birthday party that I went to the day after, I told myself I wasn't gonna drink too much. I was already a little hungover. What I do? I drank too much. It was my first time ever drinking a cut water. I don't even remember if I finished it or not. And it wasn't the full thing. It was like a mini, like maybe this size or something like that. But it was my first time ever having cut water. But the reason why I was having it was because it was like espresso martini flavored or something. So I was like, maybe this will wake me up, because I was really beginning to feel tired. But instead I just felt a little bit more fucked up and a little bit more tired. And I do remember going home by like 9 or 10 that night. So like, yeah, this is enough for me. And then the day after that, I had Death Cafe, because I've been co-facilitating a Black and Brown Death Cafe since December. And I was definitely hungover then. And I recall because I got a burger at the coffee shop.
Attention everyone in Smitty's Burger Garage. A brave soul is attempting the Mile High Burger Challenge.
What? Oh, what is this? What?
I hope you got a stomach of steel, because you're taking on this 95-ounce burger behemoth, accompanied by Mama Smitty's one and own jumbo cherry chocolate.
And whenever I'm hungover, and I'm not like, one, I think being a testosterone has definitely made me like crave meat more. It's like a weird sensation, but I submit to it. I'm fine. I'm like surrender to it, you know, I'm fine with it. But every single time I'm like hungover, I really just like want a burger. And like that, it literally cures me. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And it was really good. And I got some potatoes with it. Not fries, potatoes, seasoned. Put some hot sauce on it. And it cured me. And then I talked about death. And then we talked about death. And then I went home that night. And I was like, well, I gotta do it again. Because the week after was also very busy. More meetings or whatever. There was like this city council meeting for like these ordinances. And then like once everybody was there, because they're like assholes for fun sometimes, like we found out that they weren't even gonna like talk about those ordinances. And like they were gonna push it back for another 30 days. And also they arrived late. Like, just, they were super not considerate of everyone's time. And the ordinance that like we were there to see, there was like other people who were also there, who are not a part of like the group that we were in, who were also there specifically for that ordinance, because I like heard the person sitting behind me talking about it. I'd be hearing, I'd be listening. I can't lie, I'd be listening to things around. I'm an observer. But yeah, so that was kind of lame. And then that's when I'm starting to go to the Spanish class that is like at the library. So it's free, love that. And it's very much like everyone is at different levels and come from different like backgrounds of learning Spanish. Because I like learned like in high school, like I took Spanish all of high school. And you know, in Gwinnett, those who know Gwinnett, Gwinnett County, Chico, which kind of sucks. It was a really diverse like high school and stuff like that. And a lot of like my best friend at the time came from like a Spanish speaking family, and a lot of the, I feel like some of the, especially like in Georgia, like the sense of community that I found was with like the Latino community, just because of like my friends. And like, you know, when you have those really good friends whose like parents pretty much take you in, which was also an experience because, you know, a lot of people be anti-black. We know this. A lot of people be anti-black. And her mom definitely did not fuck with black people until meeting me. And it was kind of like this weird exposure therapy, which there are so many people who have experienced this kind of story, like this kind of pipeline. But so then it was like, you know, that I'm hanging out with like their whole family. I'm going to their family dinners and shit like that. And so it was really nice to be like immersed like as a teenager in that kind of space. I definitely lost that like I'm not friends with that person anymore. But even after like I was living in Athens before moving here, like Athens, Georgia, before moving here, and you know, it can be pretty white, you know. It can be pretty white. It can be pretty white. It can be pretty white. It can be pretty white there. And like the first time I came to the Spanish class I just started going to, I experienced like this weird kind of grief, which honestly needed to take some more time to sit with, because I remember being like, oh, I need to take time to sit with this. I haven't taken time to sit with it yet, but this is reminding me to do so, because I'm like, yeah, like it connects me, like being in a space where just like a space where that's happening, where that's like people are having conversations and like being immersed in it, even though like everyone's at different levels, and the like I personally was not speaking, so I'm like, I'm not comfortable speaking Spanish right now. I never was really comfortable speaking Spanish. I could understand, I could read Spanish, I could somewhat speak it, but I was always very insecure about speaking Spanish. Anyways, but just being in it, it is kind of like, if one, it felt like it was connecting me to like that part of myself, like kind of healing that part of myself by just reconnecting to things that shaped me, you know, and not like choosing to not continue to lose that. Like that, it was bringing up a weird kind of grief, which is very interesting. Grief is so weird, but it was so nice. God, I still haven't been back yet, unfortunately, but soon. I don't even know what day today is. I'm filming. I think today's Wednesday. Oh yeah, I remember what happened yesterday. Anyways, going on. Then I like had a meeting and then was touring this studio space because I was working a magazine launch party that weekend. Was it that weekend? No, the next weekend. But just needed to come like see where to set up or whatever like that. And then I was just like running errands and stuff. And then more training stuff, me trying to make plans with people and not following through. Oof, that weekend was rough. I'm actually gonna skip that. Let's see. There's a lot of things that I've had to cancel, or just like I feel like the divine like was like, no, you need to sit down and rest today. And I started getting some of that, and I was also processing a lot of different things that had been going on and was happening. And I feel like the realization that I've settled on, at least right now in this moment as I'm filming, is like this need to restructure and reorganize my life and to really take a look at my priorities and to have the conversations. I have been having the conversations with myself and with the people that I'm closest with that I want to prioritize, and the things and spaces that I want to prioritize, about like what that looks like and what that needs to look like so that it's sustainable for me, which has honestly been really nice, because first of all, I love my friends so much. I love my friends so much, and I'm so grateful that I have friends who can fucking talk like adults and who care about my feelings. And I'm glad that I care about my friends' feelings, and I'm glad that we care about loving each other and nurturing each other and growing together and supporting each other. I'm very grateful about that. I'm also moving next month, so that's been a whole process, but thankfully I feel like so much of these like different parts of my community that I'm connected to have also been like offering such a hand in like so many different ways to assist me, and I'm like, oh my god, I have people. And then I'm also like, wow, and they also have me. And they also have me. And there's just like, I feel like I'm reconnecting to balance and to like reciprocity is like a really huge theme that's been coming up for me. Because even with how I care for myself, because I was not really doing a great job of caring for myself, and I'm like getting back into that. And as I'm able to get back into that, I'm also like able to like, oh my god, I just had such a fucking weird like deja vu moment right now. And I remember what this dream was. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my god, that just freaked me out. That just freaked me out. I've also been having like mad deja vu, which when I have deja vu, to me it's like confirmation that I'm like living in alignment. And I do really feel that because I can feel, you know, I'm very energy sensitive, and I've been carrying a lot of burdens, and a lot of them were not mine. And I've really been reckoning and reconciling with and forgiving myself for the consequences of that, and also feeling very inspired, and I feel like acting in that inspiration of what I've learned from that. And I feel like as I'm doing that, I'm reaping the results positively, like almost instantaneously, which is super nice. Because bitch, also my Saturn return started. My Saturn, and it was day one of Saturn return when I was having a lot of conversations around accountability. Let me tell you. Saturn return in Aries. So it's doing the thing, but I do believe my rewards are coming quicker. Because also I feel like the thing with my Saturn return is that I was born with my Saturn in retrograde. And in the 11th house. So you could only imagine what my experience with community specifically, like, and friendships, you know, has been like. And like I've been saying to people, because I know a couple people who just finished their Saturn return, are also beginning theirs, like right before, you know, it began. There's a lot of conversations I was having with people who are also about to begin. And I'm like, yeah, like I actually like went through really, really hard stuff at the beginning of my life. And I'm like, I literally, like, since moving out of Georgia, I mean, the past year and a half has also been like fucking, there's been some hellish and nightmarish shit that has happened for sure. But for the first time, it's also been like overwhelmingly positive at the same time. Like there's been overwhelmingly positive things happening at the same time. So I feel like I was able to like, I'm like, like I've been through so much hard shit. I can get through some more hard shit, and at least there's some good shit happening with it this time. It's like how the past year and a half has been for me. And like I feel like I got a peak of the really, really good shit when Saturn was in Aries last year. And so now with like Saturn retrograde, or Saturn returning, you know what the fuck I'm saying. Officially, the Saturn return being this thing right now, officially, I feel like it's the closing of that cycle and of that chapter of all that really hard shit, period. Which is also kind of daunting because my body doesn't know life without it. Is what I'll say. My body, my body doesn't know life without it. But I really do feel like things are closing out in a way where it's going to be like significantly lighter for me and less hard shit along with the good shit. Not to say there won't be hard shit, because there's always hard shit in life. But I feel like for once in my life that the good shit may begin to outweigh the hard shit. And that's a weird thing to have to like reckon with. That's such a weird thing to have to reckon with, because it is positive. And I can feel it. Like, I can feel it happening. I know what's happening energetically. Like, I be having dreams. I be having visions. So I know what's happening. And still, it's hard for me to believe it. And I'm sure that even as that reality grounds more, like, into what I'm experiencing, it'll probably still be really hard for me to comprehend it. Like, I know that. I know that for a fact because I know myself. But yeah, that's pretty much February. There is more that happened, but whatever. This is February. And soon it'll be March.